everybody, it's Liz. Welcome in. So, not overwhelmingly, when I asked everybody what they wanted to see next, a Little Golden Book or my Shabby Chic journal, Little Golden Book won. I am going to do the Shabby Chic journal. It was not far behind, but I promise you, I will get to it. So if that is what you wanted to see, stay tuned. I'm still not sure how I want to do this. I may do like every other day because it was very close in the poll and in the video, like I said, but overwhelmingly, it was Little Golden Book. So we will do that today. But I just want to say welcome in. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. And if you would consider subscribing and hitting that like button, it would help my channel out immensely. So with that being said, let's get on to it. So I have my drawer. Like I said, I do those 10 drawer units from Michaels, and each project has a drawer so that when I am working on a project, all I need to do is grab the drawer. And also when I'm finding things for said project, I can just throw them in the drawer. Now, sometimes I have 2 drawers per project. Pooh, right today, I only have 1 drawer, but the Shabby Chic journal, like I have 2 drawers. So it just depends. I try to keep a couple of drawers free for projects as well. So that is how I keep my projects organized. So it is not super early in the morning, but early enough. I'm still having coffee. Well, who am I kidding? I have coffee all day long. So that's not it. That's always a given. I have a coffee cup in my hand. Let me take a sip. And let's get started. So first thing we're gonna do is, this is the book I chose. So Pooh's Grand Adventure. And then I have some fabric, and I did start some journaling cards. I think I showed those to you. I pulled some more fabric. I have some flashcards. These were at Dollar Tree. I was so excited to see them. So, of course, I had to get flashcards. And then I have regular flashcards. And I have a, let's see, what else do I have in this drawer of mine? I have an old Winnie the Pooh coloring book, and then I have the papers and stuff that I want to put in. So with that being said, I'm going to put my drawer off to the side. I'm going to put the flashcards off to the side, and let's start with this. So I have a video going completely into how I do my Little Golden Book, but like I said, everybody overwhelmingly wanted to see this, so I am going to do it again. And if you have already watched that video, or you know how to pull a Little Golden Book apart, then please, by all means, fast forward through this part. But this is for those people who don't know how to take a Little Golden Book apart. So I take my handy dandy staple remover, and there are 2 signatures in a Little Golden Book. Okay, so you'll see them here. You'll see 1 and 2, and what I like to do is pull it apart like so. I like to find the middle and pull it apart. And if you need some help, you can grab something and kind of pry it a little bit. They're fairly easy to come apart. I would say, however, don't get too overzealous, because sometimes the older Little Golden Books, especially if you're working with like the vintage and like kind of like older than the 80s, sometimes you can break the spine. So this is, I will say, This is a little golden book that I keep the spine. So there's a couple of ways that you can do little golden books, but I love to keep the spine because personally I think what a little golden book would not be a little golden book without its spine. So so we pull those, and like I said, that's fairly easy. This one happens to be glued as well, so you just gotta kind of pry the glue a little bit, and there you go. I mean, easy peasy. That's how you take them apart. And there's your 2 signatures. Now keep these together. Okay, so we're going to set these aside for a few minutes while I do this. So now you have staples, okay? So there's also a couple of ways you can do this. You can take your staple remover. By the way, this is the best staple remover on the market, I am convinced. It is fabulous. You put it through here and the staple goes in here and it pulls right out. Anyway, it's fabulous. I got mine at Office Supply Store, and like I said, if you can find one of these, they're golden. I don't know what they're called, but you can obviously see it and what it looks like. And anyway, these are the best staple removers ever. But obviously the staple is under the spine here, so you can't really pull it out. So what I like to do is get my wire cutters, and I put it right down to the bottom of the staple, and I put my hand over it and I snip, and there it is. Okay, so don't lose those, because I've had one of those in my foot before. So make sure, and that's why I put my hand over them so they don't go flying. So this is all I do, and then make sure you put them someplace safe so they don't go on the floor of your room or your living room or wherever you are crafting, your bedroom. So that's it. And I merely pull the staples off. But I will tell you, they are pretty sharp. I will say, they are still pretty sharp. So what I like doing, and I'm going to throw these in the trash before they get on my floor. Okay, so I like to take this tape, and people have asked me about this tape, so I will link it below. I got it from Amazon, and it's just really heavy duty packing tape. So what I like to do is put it on the spine, for sure. Let's see, let me get it even, and I have to be quiet when I'm doing this, apparently. So let me get it pretty even, and that was really not even at all. That was nowhere near even. So like I said, you can judge. It's really not that big of a deal not to get it even, but there you go. So now you have your packing tape on here, and like I said, be careful because that staple is poking through, so then we'll just push it down. Let me see if I can push it down with something harder. Get my little pliers here and try to push that down so that it's not poking me. That's better. But you can also take a hammer, and excuse the noise, and bang it. There you go. And there they go. And they're in. So excuse the noise. I apologize. So then you're just going to take your scissors or straight edge and cut your tape. And then, so what we have is now we have that taped, and what you are going to do is bend it here. Okay, so you're going to bend it in this crease right here. So that way you have your 1-inch spine. Ta-da! 1-inch spine. So that is how you do that. And then we will also reinforce this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this even with the book. Let's see if I can. Oh my goodness. That's not even. Okay. So cut that even and cut this even. And then, like I said, that's reinforced. So that's not really going anywhere, but I also like to reinforce it definitely a little bit more. So what I like to do is get, sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. Let me get so I take a box. So this is just happens to be from graham crackers, and I was going to use this as a cover, but now I am not. I am going to use it to reinforce my spine because it is the perfect size. That is what I've been finding, is that these cracker boxes in the States, these honey-made cracker boxes, when you take the edging off, are the perfect size for little golden books. So just another helpful tip. Like, they are pretty much spot on. They're a little bit higher, so I will do that. And then all I do is I measure, and I set that aside, and I measure 1 inch. So because your spine is 1 inch, and then I get my straight edge. I get my straight edge. Hello, Leo. Leo's joining us. Leo is joining us. I know, buddy. Mommy has the door closed. I kept it open for you, though. I kept it open for you, and now I'm looking for my box cutter. There it is. So even inch, inch, and then so that is perfect. I put a new blade in my box cutter today, so that's fabulous. So there, you have a 1 inch spine, and then I glue that to that. And I use Fabri-Tac for this, and that is perfect. That is a perfect size. You can even go like 1 inch and 1/8 probably would have been better. But just something to reinforce this track here. That's all you need to do, is reinforce this track. This is reinforced, this is reinforced. You are merely reinforcing this track in here. So I do use Fabrifix for this. I find on this packing tape, it actually holds a lot better. It does take a little bit to dry, but it does hold much better. Honestly, you could also, you know, I just thought of, if you want, you can put the cardboard down first and then put the packing tape over it, which probably would be, you know, equally as good. But for whatever reason, I always do this because I feel like the packing tape holds the, I feel like the packing tape holds the book together while I am doing this. Like I said, especially for those antique books and those vintage books. I just feel like getting the packing tape on right away is key. So that's why I do that first. So anyway, this takes a little bit of time to set up. And while you're doing that, you can, you know, move it around, and but I think we're pretty much all settled. It's fast. It's pretty fast. So I'm gonna burnish it down and make sure that is all good and sealed. And like I said, you can go an 1.125 on this if you really want it up to these. I just find I don't need it. I just need it to reinforce that track. I just need it to reinforce that track. So there we go. And that is all reinforced. And now you have your spine. There you go. And now you have your spine. So that is that. That is that. And now what I am going to do is I am going to decide on a fabric. And I'm going to use this bee fabric because, you know, Pooh likes his honeybees. I don't know if he likes the bees, but he definitely likes honey. So I'm going to use this because it matches pretty well with the outside. There is yellow on this side, which I could use this, but I kind of am leaning towards this blue. So then what I do, make sure this is, yeah, that's tight. So I got these fabrics. I get fat quarters from Joann's, and they work really well for spines and covering books, and you get enough fabric. I like them because they're little and they store well and all of that. So basically what I do now is I take this like so, and I just go over a little bit here, maybe not even 1/4 of an inch, you know, like 1/8 of an inch, something like that. And then I put a little, where's my scissors? I put a little snip. Hopefully my head's not in the way. So I put a little snip, just a little bit over, like so. Oh, I probably need a bigger snip than that. Bigger snip. And then I just rip it. It's just easy to rip, and that gets that out of the way. And I like that little torn edge. So then I fray it a little bit more. I fray it a little bit more and come in like so. And then, you know, make sure it's, if you want, you can, like some people like to fray the top, you know, you can fray the top if that's the look you're going for, that kind of sort of grungy look, but, you know, that kind of frayed look that we all have come to love from our junk journals. So we have that. And then I am going to merely snip it here and tear. And then also more Fabrifix. So this is when I do it here, like so. And I just give a good squeeze. My Fabrifix is cooperating this week for sure. I ended up putting some, it was getting thick, and so I ended up putting 100% acetone in it to make it a little bit thinner, and I didn't use a whole lot, maybe 2 teaspoons for this whole bottle. Like, this bottle was full and it was really thick and it was driving me crazy. And so yeah, I put about 2 teaspoons of acetone in it, and it did the trick. It did the trick. So there you go. And you're not going to see a lot of this. I realize that, but what you can see, yeah, what you can see is you'll see it when I put the spine, when I put the pages in. So yeah, you'll see it when I put the pages in. And then we'll get a little more here on this side. stick it, and then let's see how this side is pretty good. This side is pretty good. So there we go. So there is our spine. So now you are working with this. So now, uh-oh, I got glue on my book. We will fix that with this eraser. This is, I was going to say it's a kneadable eraser, but it's not. It's a rubber eraser, and it takes the Fabrifix right off. It just balls it up and takes it right off. So, yep, that's it. Okay, perfect. So let's see if I got any on this side. I did not, but I think there was some on my mat. So we will do that. Okay, so we're going to set this aside and we're going to get to these pages. So I'm going to take my first set of, and I'm going to take my first signature and I'm going to lay it out like so. And what I like to do, I do like to keep my signatures intact, and I do like to read the book. And basically that is what I like. So what I do is I find that crease. I don't know if you can see it, but basically you'll see a crease right here across your pages, and it's about a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so what I like to do is fold on that crease and try to keep it straight. You know, exactly a 1/4 of an inch fold. And then you can open it up, and what you're going to do is you're going to glue here, and I do use Fabrifix for this as well. So I glue here. Okay. I glue inside and outside. So I glue there and try to keep that straight. And then I also glue this one. Okay. I glue that one, and I glue this one. And that gives me exactly, and that's a little bit off still. That is a little bit off still, so I'm gonna take it and there we go. That's better. Oh, right back to that same crease. Get my bone folder out and do this. There we go. And the middle is a little bit. You gotta work with it. Definitely, as you can see, I do a lot of these, and I still struggle a little bit with getting that crease correct. But when you do this, now you're gonna have a new crease in your signature, and it is basically reduced by a 1/4 of an inch. So it's going to have a new fold, and now where is our book? So it was reduced by a 1/4 of an inch, and it is going to fit perfectly in your journal. Okay, and sometimes it just depends on how much you want to have hanging out. Mine is right up to the edge, okay? As you can see, it's right up to the edge. It's even hanging, well, it's not hanging over a little bit. There we go. It's right up to the edge, okay? If you don't like yours right up to the edge, then just cut 1/8 of an inch off. Just cut 1/8 of an inch off, okay? So, and then you won't miss any words. If you just cut a sliver off, it'll be under your book cover. So what I'm going to do is, because I already did this on video, I did one for you. I am going to fast forward this and do the rest. And if you want to see the whole book done, if you want to see the whole thing, I'm going to link the video below on a new way to do a little golden book. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward you and you can watch. Hey, I'm going to hop on here for a second and let you know that what I did there was I took, so normally 1/4 of an inch, but because it came over the words, I don't know if you saw that, but basically it came over the words. So what I did was I decreased it. I decreased the fold by 1/8 of an inch. And that way there, I got my words in, because like I said, I'm all about keeping these intact. So I got the words in, and what I will do now is cut it here by 1/8 of an inch. And I think, yes. So, like I said, I will cut it there by 1/8 of an inch. And basically, that way there I'm not losing any words. I hope that makes sense. So basically what I did was I just moved this over a little bit. And that way there I'm not losing words. And I'm going to get this again because now I have, so hopefully it doesn't take the, shouldn't take the words off here. It might lighten them a little bit, but I don't think it should. There we go. So basically you just take this handy dandy rubber eraser, and I'll try to link this below. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by any means, but I do like these erasers. They're great for taking the Fabrifix off, and I'm going to open it up and do the inside as well. And just bend it a little bit there because now it's a new crease. So because I had already glued this, now I'm making a new crease in it and pulling it back a little bit. So we're just gonna pull it back a little bit and make a new crease. And get your bone folder and make a new crease. That's it. No mistakes. No mistakes in junk journaling. Happy accidents and, you know, pivots for sure. So we just had to pivot on that one a little bit. So, and then what I want to show you is, so we have a little crease here. So that'll be all right because we're not going to see that. So we're not going to see that. And I'm going to glue that a little bit, and that'll be, like I said, we're not. So just take your time, and that was my fault for not seeing that before I glued. Not seeing that before I glued. So there we go. So now your signature is perfect. So, and then that one will go in here like so. So, and then see what I'm saying is it's going to be sticking out a little bit. It's going to be sticking out a little bit. So what you're going to do is now what I'm going to do is take my straight edge, which, where did it go? Where did it go? I didn't hang it back up. So what did I do with it? I'm looking, oh, here it is. So basically now all I'll do is line this up with the edge here and take my blade, which is here. Oh my goodness. And then just simply cut. That's it. That's all. Just a pivot, guys. Don't get upset about making tiny mistakes. And like I said, they're really not mistakes, they're pivots. That's all. So basically now I have a book and I still have all my words intact. Okay? All right. I just wanted to show you that. So, and like I said, you're going to see this a little bit, but you can put washi tape there. You can do a whole number of things, and I will show you that as we go through the book, I will show you that. So I'm going to come back with the signature done, and then I will finish up, and we will close the video there because I don't want this to be too long. And then tomorrow we will start, well, I'll sew it in too. I'll sew it in on camera. So after I sew it in, I will, we'll start decorating. Okay, so let me do that. So fast forward. Okay, so I'm back again. I just want to show you this as well. So you have to decide in these situations which is going to be best for you. Do you want to cut off Eeyore's nose? Or how much of Eeyore's nose do you want to cut off is the question. Or do you want to take it off of here? So you're either going to lose Eeyore's nose, or you are going to lose Christopher Robin's fingers and very close to Piglet. So I am choosing Eeyore's nose because it's only a little bit, and I feel like it's really not that bad. So once again, I went lower here instead of 1/4 of an inch. Now it's like 1/8 or just a little over 1/8. I have Pepper Fix all over my fingers. So yes, that's what I wanted to tell you. So you have, sometimes you have choices to make, and I am choosing to take a little bit of Eeyore's nose off and a little bit of the end off. So that's all I wanted to say. Okay, I am back. So hopefully you could see what I did. If you couldn't, I am going to link the video below on the how I actually did that. And I don't think I fast forwarded through that video. So the reason I fast forwarded through this was because I have already done that video. So like I said, I'll link that one if you're still confused at how to do that. But now what happens is we choose the papers, and I have chosen papers here. This is just this book belongs to from Tina over at Chubby Debbie Doodah. So I have chosen papers. I've chosen some painty papers, some blue painty papers, and some sky paper, and some coffee dyed papers. And I have some ledger paper and some graph paper, and I also have construction paper and little kid paper, and I have these antique or vintage 1978 little house journal books that I'm going to be putting in, and some more. I don't think I'm going to use that one. I'm going to put that one aside, and some more. Yeah, and that one is going to the side. So basically now you're just going to choose papers to go inside, and what I like to do is grab one and grab one of the pages of the signature. I'm going to put the book aside for, the cover aside for a second. And what I like to do is, because I know that I know it's bigger than 11 inches. So I will tell you how big the signatures are. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they are 12 and a little tiny eighth of an inch. Okay. So just that. So you could use a full 12 by 12 sheet of paper, which I do have some. So I'm going to pull those as well. So these are going to be shy, obviously by an inch. And actually, for me, they're probably going to be shy by a little bit more, because I may cut this off. I'm not sure. So I am going to start folding these, and I am going to tell you they are just a little under 8.5 inches. So they're probably, I would say 8 inches high. Let's see if we can do it right now. Yep, they're just 8 inches high. So you're going to cut, basically you're going to cut 1/2 inch off your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So we can get the paper trimmer out and do that now. Let's cut all our papers, and let's pull this out. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully I'm not like crazy. I haven't even looked to see how close you are. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit now that I've done the whole video. Lift it up a little bit. And so we're gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna do this side. We're gonna do 8 inches for all of these. All right, 8 inches, and then we're just gonna merely fold it in half. That's it. That's what I do. So I don't worry about the size of my pages. So basically now they're the right size, but they're a little bit less. So you could put not branding strips. I don't mean branding strips. I mean like ruffles on the edge to compensate for the lack of, for the gap there, not the lack of, the gap there. I can't speak this morning. So you can put extra paper there, you can do a whole bunch of things. But like I said, I don't kind of worry about that stuff. And now what I do is I start putting my pages in like so. And I'll do, I always leave this page as the first page. I just do, I don't know, I want people to know it's Pooh's Grand Adventure. You know, I want people to see the copyright on it. But that is completely up to you what you want to do with your journals. If you want to put a page here, you know, you can do that. But like I said, I always start with my first page in my signature. And make sure you do not kind of get these out of order. So then your next page, if you want a new page there, so let's do this one, and we'll do this at 8 inches. That is not anywhere near straight, Elizabeth. Oh my goodness. 8 inches. Oh my gosh, that was crazy crooked. Well, it's 8 inches over here. It's not 8 inches over here. So we're going to use that piece of paper for something else, and we are going to now try this again and do 8 inches. So I'm just literally taking a ½ inch off everything and folding them in half. That's it. So I am going to do that. I'm going to fast forward you again, and you can watch me struggle, or you can fast forward to the end and I will show you how I am putting these pages together. Okay, I'm stopping for a second. So as you can see, I'm super confused. Basically, I only have 2 Winnie the Pooh pages in this signature, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages in this signature, which means one of these pages that is in the signature is not the correct page, and I believe it might be this one. I'm gonna shut the camera off and I'm gonna come back, and I have to read the story and basically figure out what I did. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, oh my goodness, I am back. So that was crazy. I don't know how I got so mixed up. But yeah, all the pages were out of order. So when that happens, lesson learned, make sure you keep your signatures in order, for sure. So basically what had happened was I just put an extra page of the book in one of my signatures, and I just had to go back and find out which one and how I got out of order. So all back in order, and now I have all my pages ready and cut and everything. So I'm going to put that over there. That is my second signature, and I am going to start again putting this together. So like I said, no mistakes, just pivots. So we had to pivot a little bit. So now we are going to put this one here, and I believe I am going to put these 2 here, and then we have one more, or I'm sorry, we have no more, so we're gonna put a couple more in, scattered in throughout here. So I'm going to put this one here as well, and then I am going to put the purple one here, and I am going to put, let's see, we want some writing space, so we're going to put this, I believe, here, so you can kind of see that blue a little bit. And then that'll go, see how this one's short, so that'll go down here a little bit. Let's make sure that's in the middle. Okay, and then we just need to put this graph paper somewhere, which it's could go in the middle. Do we like that? Do we like that? So we have that, we have ledger paper, we have story, we have that, and I think I'm going to, that's that. Oh my goodness, I was getting confused again. Anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is get some, a couple of envelopes and put a couple of envelopes in here. So these, I have these craft colored envelopes. So I am going to put one on the back side here to strengthen this piece of paper. And then we'll have an envelope. So that will strengthen the spine in this paper because it's a little flimsy. But I kind of want paper in the middle and not book page. So we have that, we have that, we have that, we have that. So yeah, this is my process of going through book pages. And then I also have, which I forgot to show you guys, is I have this Echo Park poo paper that I got. So this is a sticker sheet of old poo. So that's the sticker sheet, and then these are the papers, and I'm going to put a few papers in here. I am going to take a sip of coffee, and I know it's cold right now. But there we go. So let's take some papers out and see what we have in here. So we have this one, and these are double-sided papers. That one's super cute. So, oh, this one's cute as well. But I really wanted to see these. So I'm going to set that one aside. I do like this little honey pot as well. That one's cute. And I am going to put this one in because it is the search for Christopher Robin. So I am going to set that aside, and I'm going to cut that down. And then I'm going to set this one aside because I want to use those cutouts. And then we have Tigger. That one's pretty. And then I believe these, oh, there's more cutouts, but those are kind of big. I'm going to set the cutouts. Like I said, I'm going to set the cutouts aside. That's cute, bee paper. Let's set that aside. And I do like the Winnie the Pooh. Those are more cutouts. We're going to set those aside. And then this is just the front branding sheet. And then there is more cutouts, which I believe, I do like that pattern though. I feel like, yes, so I can use, let's see, so there's 2 of those. Okay, I'm going to set those aside too. And I know this video is getting super duper long, but I wanted to show you and bring you through my process of how I go about these. So what I'm gonna do on this is I'm gonna get my trimmer back out and trim these. So I'm gonna trim the branding strip off. It's gonna go in just a hair. Okay. Branding strips off of these. And then I am going to cut these down to 8. Make sure they're the right side up. Okay. So I'm going to cut these down to 8, which means I have to pull my arm out. There is 8. Set those aside. And then these are, let's see, what did I say? These are 12. So we need 11. Do we need 11? Let's put that there and measure it. Oh no, they are a little bit over 12. So perfect. We can just fold those in half. So perfect. And I'll try not to get that messed up again. So let's put this back before that gets all messed up again. Okay, so there's 3, and we need 1 more. We do need 1 more. So I am going to use this one because we're going to add 2 more pages to each signature. And this will bulk up the signature for sure. which is what I wanted. I wanted this to be bulked up. It was feeling a little flimsy with all the kind of copyweight paper in there. So I think what I'm going to do is put a couple of these in the middle. So anyway, these merely just get folded directly in half. I love this Pooh. I love Pooh. Pooh is my jam. I love him. I love Mr. Pooh. And then we have this one. And then we have the 100-acre wood. So perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I don't know why I'm not using my ball folder for these. They need to be super duper decreased. So I'm just gonna take them and give them a good burnish. And now we will take this signature and we'll figure out. So this is Pooh's Grand Adventure. So do we... I think I am going to put this, let's see, do I want this in the middle? I think I do. So I'm going to put an envelope and this, and then I'm going to put this in the middle to strengthen that. And then we'll have a nice orange center. Okay, so there is that one. And then this one goes here. Okay, so that strengthened it up quite a bit. And then I will put Pooh right here. And that will be that signature done. So that signature will be done. Okay, so let's set that aside before that gets mixed up. So now we have this signature. So this is the front, and I am going to put this on the front of this signature, like so, and then we'll start building. We'll start building. We have that, and a coffee dyed page. And that, and then we'll have 2, 3 pages there, and then we'll have another page, let's see, 3, 4, and then we'll have these 2 here. And we also have to put the envelope in somewhere. So we'll have that envelope that way. And do we want it? I think we're going to do it this way. So the other one is the other way. We'll put that envelope that way. And then we will put the bees in the middle. I like it. I like it. So this video is super long and crazy. So I'm not even going to bind these in. We will bind these in the next video. So now we have them all done, and I do need to cut them down and stuff. So I'll do that off camera. You've seen me do it a bunch of times. Let's just cut those off so that they fit in the... so that they fit in there. So in the next video, we will bind this in, and then we will get started on ephemera making. If you made it through this video, thank you so much for sticking around, and you saw my mishaps and my bumbles, and that's how journal making goes. Sometimes you just need to, like I said, just pivot. That's all you need to do. Don't get upset about it. Don't get I know it gets frustrating. I was just super frustrated with that and why I couldn't figure out where my signatures were. But anyway, if you stuck with me, thank you, and I will catch you in the next video.